All right, we're gonna talk about the BMF. As I said to Phil that Mama is the villain of the show. The villain is not nobody trying to shoot at Terry and Meech, is or the cops. It's Mama. Mama is like the most backward person on the show. Cause first of all, she jumped on the dad. The girl got in trouble for the car. She said that they wasn't going to take Terry or Meech's money, and that the father go and handle it. So he had to sell his equipment, his musical equipment, to get her a lawyer, and he had to go back to work. He had to lose his dream of being a musician, and he had to go back to work, go back at the plant. If that was me, if I was a dad, I would kindly call Meech and tell him that you got my daughter into this shit. You better get her out of it.
Yep.
Why would you go and get a car from them when you could have just easily just you could have got a car from a private dealer on the street, private
hmm
dealer, a private dealer, or went to a used car lot and gave them a couple of grand for a car cash. Why would you get a car through them like that? That didn't make any
That was
sense.
Meech, and that was real stupid.
Right.
Because y'all all fucking b boys running out of this fucking dealership like that. You gonna give your daughter, I mean your little sister, one of them cars? That was
Right.
dumb from the jump. And then what about the mom? She talking about you gonna have to get some money to pay child support.
Yeah, she jumped on
What the
him
fuck
about
was
paying
that?
child support where
They ain't got
she
no
got
goddamn kids in the house. The girl about to go to college, and you talking about some damn child support.
right, and two of the United States' biggest drug dealers.
Right. And then she go to Atlanta to Meech's crib and she start regulating and shit and tell him you gotta kick the girl out the house. Like what?
Right.
You don't even belong here. You pop up on surprise and then you regulate. I'd be like, baby, you ain't gotta go nowhere. Even if she is a little hoochie joint, she don't
She
gotta go nowhere. You don't come in here regulating.
she fine too. And then the fur coat. Now they ain't supposed to be taking anything from
She
from
dug in his
Meech because
ass and
he's
was
a
like, I
drug
can't
dealer.
take this, and the hair go in her fucking bag.
Right. Then she takes the coat home, and then the dad said like, "Oh, hey, that's a nice coat. Oh, well, Mitch gave me this coat. Well, he ain't gonna really need the coat, and I don't think I'm gonna go anywhere with it.
He wouldn't
Bullshit.
take no for an answer. Yeah, she's
Right.
full of shit. She's supposed to be a
Bullshit.
pastor, but she's skipping town like that, doing all her own thing.
Right. And then she was about to hit the daughter because the daughter was telling the truth. If I was the dad, I would have said, "You will not put a hand on that child." How in the world you going to get mad at her for telling the truth? She was telling the truth. You were a hypocrite.
She's been a hypocrite since day one.
Right. Oh, I just thought that was so funny. The mom is the villain. She jumped on that man about paying child support with no damn little kids in the house.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know why he's still there.
He don't have no.
They got a divorce and he's still hanging around.
Right, he's staying in Terry Beach's room. Oh, how about when he said he told her how he met a woman, he's gonna go out with her,
Mm-hmm.
and she like, well, yeah, do what you want to do. The woman is gone, and like you said, why even stay there?
I wouldn't stay there. I wouldn't tell her who I'm going out with or nothing. It probably wouldn't even be no more conversation. The kids are grown. They're gonna do their own thing. Like you said, I'd have got on me for giving that car and get my daughter out of jail and do what you gotta do.
Yep. Oh well, we ain't gonna take his money. He had to sell his equipment to give her a lawyer. Hell no. And that's another thing. They ain't supposed to accept things from him, but they allow him to buy that girl a car.
Mm-hmm.
But they could have just been like, no, you're not having that car around here.
Right. Common sense to tell you that. My drug dealer son bought a car. You got some fucking legit paperwork. You got everything. Like, where does car come from?
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's the main villain of the show. Anything else on the show you want to talk about?
Uh, I'm tired of Lala. God damn, that girl's
Yeah.
annoying.
But there's another one that's trying to regulate and trying to tell Terry what to do and all that shit.
Telling Terry stop listening to Meech and do your own thing and all this
Right.
shit.
Right. Trying to throw a wrench in what they doing.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
shows all over the place, man. It's just I
Yeah.
watch it to be watching, but I know it's so much bullshit that didn't really go down. Even if you go back
Yeah.
to these motherfuckers walking through the desert of Mexico to break a fucking dude out of the Mexican jail. Really?
Right. And hiding underneath a car, underneath a truck. Yeah, ain't no way in the world no two black guys gonna go to Mexico to break somebody out of jail, and they don't even speak Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
And the snake bites and all that
Yeah,
stuff, that's
it was
gotta
all
be some
type of goofy.
bullshit. Right. And why they don't help they boy out like that? He didn't really tell on them, did he?
But they thought he did. You talking about B Mickey?
Yeah.
Yeah, they thought B Mickey was snitching and shit. But he really protected them twice. He protected them by skipping town and not telling, and then he protected them again by
With the
fucking
girl.
shooting the bull.
What about the
Oh
girl?
shit!
When the
Well,
girl?
shit, his girlfriend too. Yep,
Right. So that's three times.
yep,
So yeah. Oh, you talking about when the dude got out of rehab and was about to shoot? And that's what you talking
yeah,
about? This
yeah.
episode? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, this is. I guess he gonna come back then too. Anyway, I don't know why would they bring him back like that for anyway, but that's a horse
Well,
of another
because he's part
color.
of the circle. Because I saw one of the documentaries he was on there,
Yeah.
so he really is part of the circle. So he should be, in the mix.
Hmm. Yeah, and they just leave my man hanging out to dry like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else about BMF?
No,
Oh, you seem tired of it, huh?
I'm tired of all these fucking black shoes. The only one I'm still digging is the Godfather Harlem.
Okay.
The story is cool, even though there's some bullshit in that too. But it's
Mm,
more realistic than these other two shows that are just going off the rail.
right. Well, speaking of a black show, did you watch The Shy?
Oh shit. Yeah.
And somebody, the writers must have been looking at Do the Right Thing because we gotta had the Do the Right Thing scene with the old men that was sitting outside talking shit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So it's 100 degrees outside. Y'all ain't got no power, so y'all go outside to sit in the sun.
right.
At least on Do the Right Thing, that was like in the early '80s when they ain't really have air like that.
Hmm. And what about my man? Now all of a sudden he in the women and nobody says anything to him.
And see, that's my thing. Like this girl is fucking 6 months pregnant, and everybody after her now. I was like, damn, she just had a fucking thug ass boyfriend, and now because you
Go
got
ahead.
you got both guys after now. The boy that like the trans, and then you got the other boy that's all fucking around. She just gonna call him out the blue, talking about bring me some seafood.
How about what the Bob said? Or you, oh, I wish I knew his remember his name. Was she getting wet for him? Now you know he's supposed to kill my son. Well, I thought you said such and such did it. Now you already know that that boy put him up to that shit.
And see, that's what I don't understand because the mom is acting so gangster, and actually, Lynn Whitfield shouldn't even be on the show because it's like fucking assassinating her skills. But she had the drop on the bull. What's his name? The thug bull.
I don't remember his name, but I know who you talking
Well, she
about.
had the drop on him. Did he say I didn't do it? Okay, but you're running the streets. If your cousin did it, that means you gave him the okay to do it, or he don't
Exactly.
respect you. So I got to kill you anyway.
Exactly.
You
And
gonna let
he
him live and kill him?
would have said that. My cousin did it, but I don't deal with him like that. He would have
Right.
said something like that. He doing his own thing. He would have said that shit. But
Mm-hmm.
like you said, if he running the neighborhood, then you did it.
And then this dumbass episode. What about the boy say? Well, the cop asked me if such and such killed you. First of all, the cop is not just gonna come throw a name out there like, did he do it?
Right.
You know what I mean? And then on top of that, she going to go see what he looked like, and next thing you know, they doing a drive by.
Hmm.
Here, my man out of jail trying to do the right thing and make deliveries and get his life in order, and he get all lit the fuck up.
Right. Now, the big thing about it is how about when my man gets his girl in his own crib and his mooching ass brother goes and fuck the girl.
That was more dumb shit. Like, why would first off, Reg wasn't even like that. They got this Reg character on some straight dickhead, evil type shit.
Right.
If your brother's at the crib, why would you bring a girl around there anyway? Because you on some dickhead shit, and he treating you like a dickhead.
Right. Unless she was going coming in there with her girlfriend.
And he would have banged her if I was there because I'd have been fucking shit up. Me and him rumbling, and if I catch you, you gonna catch one of these hands.
Right. He like,
You
yeah,
gonna
and
sit on
she
the couch pouting and shit while your fucking brother's banging out your new girl.
right. So one of the brothers is going to kill him. One of the brothers is going to do it.
Kill
Cause
him.
like you said, he's
The
like
younger
an
boy,
yeah,
Jake,
one or the older brother because
Trey,
he's like a asshole. He's like an asshole
Reg.
to
You talking
him.
about Reg?
Yeah, he's like an asshole to him.
And 1 minute the brother was doing running for mayor in town. Next
Now he
thing you know,
broke.
he's a fucking bum just hanging out on the corner
Yeah,
with everybody else.
right. Now he broke and don't have no money. Don't even have no money for an air conditioner. And remember how he was wearing all them suits and nice clothes
Mm-hmm.
and all that stuff and don't have a damn air conditioner. You could
Well, I
get
think I
got it.
think they don't. I think the power was out. That's why nobody air was on.
No, remember they said that they had asked him about the air. He was like, "No, I don't have no air conditioner.
No.
I like the heat."
Oh, I might have made a comment like, "Oh yeah, he like Roy and shit,
No,
fucking
that ain't
fan in
me.
100 degrees and he chilling."
No, that ain't me.
Yeah, okay.
Anything else on the show?
I think it's real stupid how you got these fucking pastors and shit getting so much screen time. Now they throw in a fucking pastor's barbecue, but it's a church
Right.
barbecue. But they're telling the white girl she can't come there and it's outdoors. Anybody can come there. Then on top of that,
Exactly.
why would you have? First of all, churches don't hang together. If that the church that's doing it, they don't invite the other church. Y'all in
Mm-hmm.
competition with each other. Churches
Right.
don't merge together to have a barbecue like that.
Right. Yeah, and see that's that well, I looked at the credits and a man wrote this episode, but who cares if that white woman was at the barbecue or not?
Exactly. You ain't gotta pay her no mind.
Like, ooh, you got to go. You got to ooh, like this is like 1955 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like we in Sinners era.
Yep.
Like, oh, you got to go. Why she can't stay there? She can stay there. Just because the woman there don't mean y'all rolling around with each other. And she was like the money behind them. And if you in the church, if that was your church, you should already know who the people are anyway.
And it kills me how the gangster boy is always in church. What gangsters you know go to church?
Right.
Now
Well,
him and his goon buddy sitting in the fucking church, and then he's talking to the pastor all the time. Like, really, get the fuck out of here.
well. What about the one last week where they had the boat party that don't leave the dock? I ain't never
Uh-uh.
heard of that shit. And he goes to the party. He brings the thug to the party with all these bourgeois people in there, and he just like talking all type of shit to
Mm-hmm.
them.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
show is just all over the place and it's stupid. They
like
getting
you
it down. I wouldn't even fucking miss a beat.
like you said, they have everybody on there intertwined with one another, and that's just complete bullshit. It's like
Right.
everybody knows each other.
If it's a Thanksgiving dinner, all the thugs, every cast member on the show, everybody is there. If it's a party, everybody's there. It's like, come on, everybody is not together all the time.
Right. Mm-hmm. Anything else on the show?
Uh, and me and my wife was having an argument about the kid because now your son is staying with over there in the Heatville with no air. You living in a fucking mansion with air chilling. That ain't thinking about what's going on over there. And I told my wife,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, babe, she should have took her kid with him. Well, that's the dad. He could watch him. I was like, no, if she's the mom, she got the custody of the kid. If she's going to stay with this rich lady, she should have her kid there with her.
Yes.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? That was so stupid to me. Now Keisha is complaining about they got too many kids and she ain't got time to do nothing. Well, why the hell are you pregnant? Why the hell you take another kid in? If you already knew it was a
Mm-hmm.
struggle.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like she didn't gave up on the kid just so she can live with that lady.
Exactly.
Anything else on the show? All right, now, how'd you like the season finale of the Godfather Harlem?
What happened? What happened? What happened?
They shot the guy. I don't think he's dead.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That was so stupid because the one boy that's been riding with what's his name? Bumpy.
Bumpy.
Riding with Bumpy. He had one disagreement and he switched sides just like that on
Right.
some sucker shit. And then you switch sides, but you supposed to be on the low kick. So you call out from work. You don't come to work for like 3 days, but you're hanging around in the enemy's place of business. You're on the stage hiding in the cut. Like, what are you doing? If you want to stay low key, you stay low key. You don't still be hanging around. And
See,
I like how he was talking to the boss like he was on the same level with him and he had to get checked. Because he don't
hmm
really fuck with you like that.
right. I see. I thought he was doing no type of double agent shit. That's
Mm-hmm.
why he was all out in the open,
Yeah,
but
he's
I
on some.
guess he
Well, he was
wasn't.
hiding from the fucking. Yeah, he's on some sucker shit. I
Right.
like
And
how my
he,
man was just popping everybody though from the rooftop, and he should have put another bullet in the boy head while he was on the ground squirming and rolling. Put
right.
one more in there just to make sure.
And like you said, they're not going to respect a person that switched sides like that. Especially he's black too.
Hmm.
So, like you said, what made you think that y'all was equal with each other?
Yeah. And then even with the who was that? The cop that shot the lady. How she in the hospital talking about surgery went well? She got shot right dead in the chest. She should be dead.
Mm-hmm.
And her
Yeah.
crazy son is like, fuck that, I'm gonna regulate.
Anything else about the episode?
Um, Not really. I like it though. I like the show.
Yeah.
Little bit of goofy shit, but it's less goofy shit than the Shy and BMF.
Mm-hmm. And Power Force is coming back. I don't know the date. Anything else TV wise?
Uh, Nothing really. I started watching another ID show. It's called Fatal Destination.
Mm-hmm.
It's about motherfuckers that's going on vacation getting fucked up. I watched like three of those. They pretty good too. It just make me wonder like what the fuck is going on with these people and especially these young people. Well, I think the two episodes I watched or three episodes I watched was all the same type. Well, no, it was two episodes about young girls. Like the young girl is like a spring break coming. She fucking around up in school, so the dad say you can't go to spring break. You know what I mean? So she goes and says, well, can I go stay with my girlfriend house? He like, yeah. Like, are you stupid? If it's
And
spring
let me
break and
guess, they went on a spring break.
of course. So she said they let her go to the friend's house. She didn't go to no friend's house. She went on spring break with some older girls that she don't even fuck with. But I
Okay.
think she couldn't get in the clubs and shit down there. So she's walking down the street by herself and get snatched up. Late at
Okay.
night, she's like 15 or something like that. You know what I mean? They blowing up her phone. Where you at? Calling her. The way the story broke is her boyfriend didn't even go to spring break.
Mm-hmm.
But the boyfriend called the dad and was like, she not over such and such a house. She went on spring break. She's like down in Miami somewhere. And that's when everybody started blowing her phone up, but she ain't answer. And of course, they try to pin it on a black guy.
Mm-hmm.
They had the white guy that was the killer in Target, but then they started focusing on the black guy. Then they found out he ain't had nothing to do with it. Well, it must be his son. His son had something to do, trying to put it on his son. The whole time they let the white guy go. They got the white guy wound up confessing, I think, 7 years later.
Oh boy. And please don't tell me that the black anybody black that was in jail because of this shit.
The one black guy was in jail. I don't know if he was in for that. They
Mm-hmm.
definitely was fucking with the black people like that. Like he was even on Dr. Phil and he was like, I had nothing to do with it. And the family like, I can't understand how he on Dr. Phil when he should be locked up, all this. And he didn't even do the shit. Here they got the
Mm-hmm.
crackhead lady talking about her boyfriend back in the day. They interviewed her. She's like, yeah, he crazy, but he wouldn't do that, this and that. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my God. And here my man confessed anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That was a fucked up story. But it's like, damn, you want to go to spring break that bad. Now you down there, but you got no money. You went down there with people that you don't really fuck with, so they don't fuck with you. They going party and they old enough.
Yep.
So now you in the streets, and my man rode up in the car on the streets to give her a ride. He said his story is, and I believe him, his story. He was like, he pulled up on her, was like, hey, honey, where you going or whatever. And he was smoking weed. And she said, that weed smell good. He was like, yeah, some real good stuff. You want something? She hopped in the car and that's all she wrote.
Mm-hmm.
And he fucking took her and raped her and buried her somewhere. It was some good stories and shit, but it's like fucked up. It's like the one girl, good girl, she start messing with this crazy ass tattoo guy. She's 20, he's like 40, and they supposedly got the family like we ain't had no problem with the age because he was a nice guy or whatever. Bullshit. And then they want to have a camper life or whatever, so they get the camper and they hit the road for their honeymoon. Here, my man come back and they parked at the family house, her family house, parked the camper in the yard, and they go in the family. I guess they still live in the family house, like the female family. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they go out on a honeymoon or whatever, and the camera's supposed to be traveling the world or whatever, whatever. He comes back by himself. You know what I mean?
Like just like
So they
forgot
like,
about her that
yeah.
she
So
was.
so so where they like, well, where our daughter at or whatever. You know what I mean? Oh, she ain't here yet. We got into an argument and she left before me. She said she was catching Uber home. He was like, well, it sounded kind of fishy. I understand, but I told him go eat in the house and take a shower. You know what I mean? Here, he done
Mm-hmm.
fucking killed her and shit.
Mm-hmm.
He said the camper broke down, but he parked the camper at his side piece crib. He was with his side piece for like the whole weekend. Like he fucked that girl right off the bat.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I said, this is crazy. Like, these girls sure know how to pick them. This motherfucker, he's a tattoo artist, older guy, but he's cracking on like the young girls in there. And the one girl, he called her up out the blue, and she was like, "How the fuck you get my phone number?" She was like, "In ill." She was like 16 or 17. She was like, "Ill,
Mm-hmm.
this old man got my phone number. I know he got my phone number because I put it on the waiver, but he shouldn't be calling." She's talking like ill. You know, I would never mess with him. But she was like, "But then I gave in, and I went
Oh
to."
God.
Exactly. I was like, I can't believe this shit. She talked all this ill and all this shit. I said, first off, she should have went to the cops. He called me, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's invasion of privacy, whatever. He called me for my
Or
money.
at least her parents.
Somebody, but
Right.
this girl, she goes back to his house, smoking and drinking, and he wound up raping her. She did report it right away, but they said they didn't charge him with anything because they said that they believe it was consensual or something. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? But the thing is, I think they left out a lot of the story because I think they had text messages. Anytime an older guy rape a girl like that, they're not just going to like let him go. But they never even arrested the dude. They like questioned him or whatever, but then they couldn't charge him. They said because we couldn't determine if it was consensual or not.
Right.
But she was saying like she wish she would have did more because then that other if she would have put it out there and let everybody know that like, this dude is a monster, maybe the other girl wouldn't have fell for the same trap.
Mm-hmm.
There's a fucked up stories on there
Anything else TV wise?
though. Nothing I can think of. I'm watching this show I just started. It's a movie. It's called Survive. You heard of it?
No.
It's real good, but only got like 30 minutes, and I'll just give you a quick rundown on what it's about. It's a family, mom, dad, daughter, and son. They vacationing. He got a boat. They're in the middle of the ocean somewhere having a good old time. Then a storm comes. It's like fucking meteors coming out the sky. So they're like, oh shit, oh shit. The boat getting all fucked up, but it's still in the water and it's cool. But like the water's getting hit with meteors or whatever, like fireballs. They go to sleep. When they wake up in the morning, ain't no water. The boat just sitting on like a fucking desert. So they like Mayday, Mayday, calling around trying to figure out what happened or whatever. They can't find nobody. But where I got to is fucked up because he saw this man limping with a stick coming towards the boat, and the stick had like a knife taped to the back end of it, like you know what I mean, like some fucking weapon and shit.
Right.
So they got water and food on the boat and shit. He finally got in touch with somebody with like a submarine or something. That he was like, yeah, from my calculations, the storm is gonna come again. So when the storm come, all this water is gonna come back. So you need to be on high ground. He like, well, y'all got room for my family? He's like, no. He's like, well, how many can you hold? He said, my thing only hold 3 people, and it's me and my partner. But he just he got killed. He was outside of the thing when the storm hit. So I can take 2. So he was like, well, can you take our kids? And the boy thought about it. He's like, yeah, we'll take the kids in. So they had his coordinates and shit. And that's when he saw that when he was packing their shit to go, like all the canned goods and food and water. That's when he
Mm-hmm.
saw the guy coming towards his boat, limping with a dog. And he goes over there. He talks to the guy. It's good to see another person. You know what I mean? Gives him his canteen. The man just drinking all the water. Then the man just pick up his fucking spear and just stab the fuck out of him, my man, kill him. Then he's fucking coming after the girls. And that's where I got to. I was like, oh shit. But it's called Survive.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty decent. I might finish it tonight.
Uh, any other movies?
Nothing I can think of.
Well, the only movie I seen was The Bike Riders. It's this was based in the 60s, I want to say. Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy is like a leader of a gang. And well, it's a motorcycle club. They weren't a gang yet. So
Same
they was
shit.
No, it ain't.
Oh yes, it is.
A motorcycle club is just guys that just get on bikes and they ride with each other.
And they go back to their clubhouse, and if somebody come to that clubhouse starting shit, they're gonna roll on them.
Hmm.
That's a gang.
So they was like a ragtag group or whatever. It was a small gang as you call it. It was a small gang. And what got them in trouble is they started letting everybody in. Now people like, hey, look, man, can we join? Oh yeah, come on, yeah, you can join. Like stuff like that. And those guys was like beating people up and doing destructive stuff. And then they started getting mad that the guy. Then they tried to rape the girl, one of the girls. They tried to gang rape one of the girls in there. And that's when everybody started turning on the gang or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give it?
oh, I would give it like a four or
Oh
five.
shit.
The reason
And
why
see, I like Tom Hardy, but if it's a 4, I can't fuck with it.
I watched it because, well, see, it's a lot like when I'll see like posters or trailers,
Mm-hmm.
I'll say like, oh, I don't want to look at that. But then when you look at it, it ain't what you thought it would be.
Right.
but you already been like looking at it for like a half an hour,
Mm,
and you always say, "Well, hell, I might as well finish it." It's one of those type of movies,
okay.
and because I thought it was going to be like a Sons of Anarchy type,
Hmm.
but
Is
no,
it a
it's
TV
not.
show or is it a movie?
A movie.
Okay.
Tom Hardy in it, and Tom Hardy is like a supporting actor, but he's the leader of the gang.
Hmm.
But he's like a supporting actor. The guy who played Elvis is like the star of the movie. Well,
Hmm.
the star of the movie is the lady, his Elvis's girlfriend. She's the one that's like breaking everything down and narrating and all that stuff.
Hmm.
But it ain't what I thought it would be. I thought it would be like Sons of Anarchy type of movie, but no. So it was like I'm already like half an hour in it, and I'm like, well, look, I might as well just look at the whole thing. So
Hmm.
yeah, I give it about a 504. I would have never watched this if I knew what it was, and that's the only movie that I looked at. So all right, y'all, you can reach us on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube at PNL's Judgementals, Instagram at the two underscores Judgementals, and or you can email us at pnljudgementals@gmail.com. So all right, Phil.
All right, y'all. Peace out.